Tonight, you are free from schedules, expectations, and obligations. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember, nothing waiting for your attention. This is a story designed only for rest. It unfolds slowly, without surprise, without urgency. Nothing dramatic will happen here. No conflict will arise. No tension will build. This is simply a day, like any other day, in a life that moves at its own quiet pace. You don't need to picture anything clearly. You don't need to follow every detail. The words are here simply to carry you gently, softly, into sleep. Let them wash over you. Let them fade when they need to. There's no test, no memory required. Only calm, only rest, only the slow, steady rhythm of a day unfolding far away. And long ago, you're safe here. You can let go whenever you're ready. And if you drift away before the story ends, that's exactly as it should be. Now, let us begin. I wake before the sun, not because I must, but because my body knows the rhythm. The small room around me is dark, cool. The stone walls hold the night's chill. I lie still for a moment, listening. Outside, the city is quiet. A few sounds drift through the narrow window. A cart somewhere, footsteps on stone, the distant call of a rooster, but mostly silence. I breathe slowly. There's no hurry. There never is. My work doesn't rush. It simply continues. Day after day, season after season. I push back the thin woolen blanket. The air touches my skin. I sit up slowly. My feet find the floor. Cold stone beneath bare soles. I stand, stretch gently. My body is familiar with this routine. Every morning the same. Every morning easy. I move to the small basin near the door. The water is cool. I splash my face. Once, twice. The cold wakes me gently. I dry my hands on a cloth. Rough linen, worn soft over time. I dress in the dim light. Tunic first. Simple undyed wool. The fabric is soft from many washings. I pull it over my head. Adjust it at the shoulders. Tie the belt at my waist. Not tight, just enough to hold the folds in place. Then the outer tunic. Slightly heavier. A dull brown color. Practical. Unremarkable. I smooth the fabric down. Fasten my sandals. Leather straps familiar against my feet. I've worn these sandals for 2 years now. They've molded to my steps. They are comfortable, reliable. I glance around the room. Everything is in its place. The sleeping mat rolled against the wall. The blanket folded. The basin clean. The small chest where I keep my other tunic. My winter cloak. A few personal items. All tidy. All ordered. I prefer it this way. Order is calming. Order is simple. I take my bag from the hook near the door. A plain leather satchel. Inside, a small loaf of bread. Some cheese wrapped in cloth. An apple. Enough for the day. I don't need much. I step out into the narrow corridor. The building is still quiet. Other tenants still sleeping. I walk softly, down the stairs, my hand trailing along the cool wall, out into the street. The air is fresh. The sky above is beginning to pale. Not yet light, but no longer full dark. The in-between time. The city is waking slowly. I walk through empty streets. My sandals make soft sounds on the paving stones. The buildings rise on either side. Narrow. Close. Shutters still closed. Doors still barred. I turn a corner. Then another. I know this route by heart. I've walked it for years. Every stone familiar. Every turn automatic. I pass a fountain. Water trickling softly. A cat sitting on the edge, watching me with green eyes. I nod to the cat. It blinks, unimpressed. I continue on. The streets widen as I approach the river district. More space here, more warehouses, more commercial buildings. The smell of the river reaches me. Water and mud, wood and stone, grain and oil. The smells of trade, of storage, of Rome's great appetite. I reach the grain store just as the sky begins to lighten properly. A large building, 2 stories, stone and brick, solid, built to last. The heavy wooden doors are still closed. I have the key. I always arrive first. I like it this way, the quiet before the day begins. I unlock the door. The iron key turns smoothly. The lock is well maintained. I push the door open. It swings on oiled hinges. Silent, smooth. I step inside. The interior is dim, but my eyes adjust quickly. I know this space. Every corner, every shelf, every storage room. I close the door behind me, lock it again from the inside. Until the others arrive, I prefer it secure. I walk through the entrance hall. My footsteps echo softly. The building smells of grain. Always grain. Wheat and barley. Spelt and millet. The smell is dry and dusty, but not unpleasant. It's the smell of my work. The smell of my days. I move to the office. A small room to the left of the main hall. A desk. A stool. Shelves along one wall, filled with wax tablets. Scrolls of papyrus. Tallies and records. Years of inventory. Years of counting. I light the oil lamp on the desk. The flame catches, grows, steadies. Golden light fills the small room. I sit on the stool, place my bag on the floor beside me. I take a moment, just sitting. The day hasn't truly started yet. This moment is mine. Quiet, calm. I breathe slowly. In, out. Then I reach for the wax tablet on the desk. Yesterday's count. I review the numbers. My stylus rests beside the tablet, worn smooth from use. The wax surface shows the marks clearly, row after row. Storage room 1, 73 sacks of wheat. Storage room 2, 68 sacks of barley. Storage room 3, 51 sacks of spelt. And so on, room after room, type after type. I know these numbers. They change slowly, a few sacks in, a few sacks out, but mostly, they stay steady. That's my job, to keep them steady, to keep them recorded, to know what we have. Always, I set the tablet aside. Today I'll count again. The same rooms, the same sacks. It's routine. It's necessary. I take a fresh tablet. The wax is smooth, unmarked, ready. I stand, pick up the lamp, and move toward the storage rooms. The main hall of the warehouse is vast. High ceiling, thick columns. The floor is stone, clean, swept daily. Along the walls, doors lead to the storage rooms. 8 rooms in total, each one organized by type of grain, each one carefully maintained. I walk to the first door, the one on the far left. I set the lamp on a small shelf beside the door. I unlatch the door. Heavy wood, iron fittings. I pull it open. The smell of wheat greets me. Stronger here, concentrated. The room is filled with sacks, stacked neatly, in rows, in layers. Each sack is large, heavy, filled with grain. I step inside. The lamp casts long shadows. I begin to count, 1 row at a time, bottom layer first. 1, 2, 3, 4. My eyes move steadily. No rush, no skipping. Each sack counted, each number held in my mind. 5, 6, 7. The sacks are uniform, same size, same shape, stacked with care. 8, 9, 10. I reach the end of the first row. 10 sacks. I move to the second row. Start again. 1, 2, 3. The rhythm is calming, predictable. My mind settles into it. 4, 5, 6. Nothing else exists in this moment. Only the counting, only the grain. 7, 8, 9, 10. Second row complete. I continue, row after row, layer after layer. There's no need to hurry. Accuracy is what matters, not speed. I count the entire room, every sack, every stack. When I finish, I step back. 73 sacks. The same as yesterday. I nod to myself. Good. I return to the main hall, pick up my lamp, walk to the office, sit down. I lift my stylus, press it into the wax. Storage room 1, 73 sacks of wheat. The letters form neatly, clear, precise. I set the stylus down. 1 room complete. 7 more to go. I take a slow breath. The morning is still early. There's plenty of time. I stand again, return to the main hall, move to the second door. This one holds barley. I unlatch the door, step inside. The smell is slightly different. Still grain, still dry, but distinct. I begin counting. 1, 2, 3. The same rhythm, the same calm. 4, 5, 6. My mind doesn't wander. It stays focused, gently focused. 7, 8, 9. Count by count, row by row. 10, 11, 12. The sacks are slightly smaller than the wheat sacks. Barley is denser, heavier for its size. 13, 14, 15. I move through the room slowly, methodically. No sack overlooked, no number skipped. The lamplight flickers slightly, but holds steady. I count the middle rows, then the rows against the far wall. Finally, I count the partial stack near the door. When I'm finished, I total the number in my head. 68. The same as yesterday. I nod, return to the hall, back to the office. I record the number. Storage room 2, 68 sacks of barley. The wax accepts the marks easily. I set the stylus down again. 2 rooms done. I allow myself a moment. Just sitting. The stool is hard but familiar. I rest my hands on my knees. The building is still quiet. The others haven't arrived yet. I'm alone with the grain, with the numbers, with the steady work. This is the part of the day I like best. Before the activity begins. Before voices fill the hall. Just me and the inventory. After a few moments, I stand once more. 3rd room. This one holds spelt. I walk to the door, unlatch it, step inside. The smell is earthier, richer somehow. Spelt is an older grain, less common now than wheat, but still used, still valued. I begin the count. 1, 2, 3. My breath is slow and even. 4, 5, 6. The lamplight moves with me, shadows shifting gently. 7, 8, 9. The sacks are stacked in neat columns, stable, secure. 10, 11, 12. I move around the room, checking each stack, each layer. 13, 14, 15. The work is repetitive, but that's not a burden. Repetition is soothing. Repetition is reliable. I count every sack, When I finish, 51. One fewer than yesterday. A sack was collected, delivered somewhere. That's normal. Expected. I make a mental note. Return to the office. Record the number. Storage room 3, 51 sacks of spelt. I add a small mark beside it. A notation. A reminder to check the delivery log later. To see where it went. To whom. Not urgent. Just part of the work. I set the stylus down. 3 rooms complete. I sit for a longer moment this time. I reach for my bag. Take out the bread. Break off a piece. Chew slowly. The bread is plain. A little dry, but good enough. I eat without hurry. A few bites. Then I wrap the rest back up. Save it for later. I drink a little water from the cup on my desk. The water is cool. Refreshing. I set the cup down. Wipe my hands on my tunic. Ready to continue. 4th room. I walk to the next door. This one holds millet. Smaller grains. Different use. Often for porridge. For the poor. For soldiers. I open the door. Step inside. The sacks here are smaller still. Easier to move. But there are more of them. I begin the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rhythm returns immediately. 5, 6, 7. My mind is clear. Uncluttered. 8, 9, 10. I move through the rows. Patient. Thorough. The count takes longer here. More sacks. More numbers. But I don't mind. This is my work. This is what I do. I count the bottom layer. Then the second layer. Then the third. Some stacks are 5 sacks high. Some are 4. Some are 3. I note each one. When I finish the room, I total the count. 92 sacks. The same as yesterday. Good. I return to the office. Record it. Storage room 4, 92 sacks of millet. The tablet is filling now. Rows of numbers. Rows of records. Neat. Organized. I sit back. Stretch my shoulders gently. The morning is progressing. Light is coming through the high windows now. The warehouse is less dim. I can hear sounds from outside. The city waking fully. Voices. Carts. Activity beginning. But inside, it's still quiet. Still calm. I stand. 5th room. I move to the next door. This one holds another type of wheat. A different variety. Imported. More expensive. Used for finer bread. I open the door. Step inside. The sacks here are marked differently. Symbols stamped on the fabric. Indicating origin. Indicating quality. I count them carefully. 1, 2, 3. These sacks are valuable. More attention paid. More care taken. 4, 5, 6. I check each one as I count. Looking for damage. Looking for moisture. Any sign of spoilage. All is well. 7, 8, 9. The sacks are in good condition. Dry. Intact. 10, 11, 12. I continue through the room. The count is smaller here. Fewer sacks. Higher value. When I finish, 38 sacks. The same as yesterday. I nod. Return to the office. Record it. Storage room 5, 38 sacks of imported wheat. 5 rooms done. 3 to go. I take another drink of water. Another small bite of bread. The work continues. Steady. Unrushed. I hear a sound at the front door. A key turning. The door opening. Voices. The others are arriving. Lucius, my colleague, and Marcus, the porter. Their voices carry through the hall, greeting each other, discussing the weather. Something about a delivery expected today. I remain in the office. I'll greet them soon. But first, I want to finish the count. I stand. Move to the 6th room. This one holds barley again, but a different grade. Coarser. For animal feed mostly. I open the door. The smell is sharper, less refined. I begin the count. 1, 2, 3. I can hear Lucius and Marcus outside, moving around, preparing for the day. But I focus on my work. 4, 5, 6. The sacks are rough. The fabric coarser. 7, 8, 9. I count steadily. 10, 11, 12. The room is full. Well stocked. This grade of barley moves quickly. There's always demand. I count each stack, each row. When I finish, 114 sacks. 2 fewer than yesterday. A delivery went out. Normal. I return to the office. Lucius is there now. He looks up as I enter. "Good morning," he says. His voice is friendly. He's a few years older than me. Graying hair, kind eyes. "Good morning," I reply. I sit at the desk. Record the number. Storage room 6. 114 sacks of animal-grade barley. Lucius watches me write. "Everything in order?" he asks. "Everything in order," I confirm. He nods. "Good. There's a delivery coming this afternoon. Wheat. From the north." "How much?" I ask. 50 sacks. I make a note on a separate tablet. "I'll prepare storage room 1, I say. "Good," he says again. He moves away. I hear him talking to Marcus outside. I finish recording the 6th room. 2 more to go. I stand. Move to the 7th door. This room holds chickpea flour. Ground already. In sealed containers. Not sacks. I open the door. The smell is different here. Earthy. Nutty. The containers are clay jars. Large. Heavy. Sealed with wax. I count them. 1, 2, 3. Easier than sacks. The jars don't stack as high. 4, 5, 6. I move around the room, checking each jar, looking for cracks, for broken seals. All is well. 7, 8, 9. The count is quick here. Fewer items. When I finish, 26 jars. The same as yesterday. I return to the office. Record it. Storage room 7. 26 jars of chickpea flour. 1 more room. The 8th. I walk to the last door. This room holds lentils. In sacks. Medium-sized. I open the door. Step inside. The smell is mild. Almost sweet. I begin the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. The morning is fully here now. Light streams through the high windows. The warehouse is bright. 5, 6, 7. I hear activity outside. Voices. Footsteps. The normal sounds of the day beginning. 8, 9, 10. But here in the storage room, it's still quiet. Still just me and the count. 11, 12, 13. I move through the room. Calm. Focused. The work is almost done. 14, 15, 16. I count every sack. Every row. When I finish, 64 sacks. The same as yesterday. I nod. Return to the office. Record the final number. Storage room 8. 64 sacks of lentils. The morning count is complete. I set the stylus down. Look at the tablet. All 8 rooms recorded. All numbers clear. I take a slow breath. In. Out. This part of the day is done. The part one like best. The quiet part. The counting. Now the day will continue differently. More people. More activity, but still calm, still ordered, still predictable. I stand, leave the office, walk into the main hall. Lucius is there. Marcus is sweeping near the entrance. They look up as I approach. Finished? Lucius asks. Finished, I say. Any changes? 2 sacks of barley out of room 6. 1 sack of spelt out of room 3. He nods, makes a note on his own tablet. Deliveries recorded, he says. Good. We stand for a moment. The 3 of us. The morning light filling the space. Everything in its place. Everything as it should be. I'll start organizing room 1 for the afternoon delivery, I say. Lucius nods. I'll help, he says. Marcus continues sweeping. The sound of the bristles soft against stone. Lucius and I walk to storage room 1. The wheat room. I open the door. We step inside. 50 sacks coming, Lucius says. Where should we make space? I look around. The room is organized in rows. I point to the back corner. There, I say, we can consolidate these rows. Make room in that section. Lucius agrees. We begin to work. Moving sacks. Not carrying them far. Just shifting them. Tightening the rows. Creating space. The work is physical, but not hard. The sacks are heavy, but we move them together. One at a time. Lift. Step. Set down. Lift. Step. Set down. The rhythm is steady. We don't talk much. No need. We both know what to do. We've done this many times. Lift. Step. Set down. The rows grow tighter. More compact. Space opens in the back corner. Enough for 50 sacks. Maybe more. We work for perhaps an hour. Maybe less. Time moves quietly here. When we finish, we step back. Look at the reorganized room. Good, Lucius says. Yes, I agree. We leave the room. Close the door. Latch it. Back in the main hall, Marcus has finished sweeping. The floor is clean, dust-free. He leans the broom against the wall. I'm going to check the cart, he says. He means the cart we use for moving grain. Outside in the small courtyard, he wants to make sure it's ready for the delivery. Good, Lucius says. Marcus leaves through a side door. Lucius and I return to the office. We sit. 2 stools now. Lucius takes his tablet. Begins reviewing yesterday's deliveries. I take mine. Begin copying the morning count onto a more permanent record. A papyrus scroll. I unroll it carefully. Find today's date. And begin to write. The stylus is replaced by a reed pen. Ink instead of wax. More permanent. More official. I write slowly, neatly. Storage room 1, 73 sacks of wheat. Storage room 2, 68 sacks of barley. Storage room 3, 51 sacks of spelt. And so on, line by line, room by room. The work is meditative, the pen moving across the papyrus, the ink forming letters. Clear, precise. I like this part too. The permanence of it. These records will last. They'll be here long after today, long after this season. Part of the history of the warehouse, part of the city's supply. I finish writing, set the pen down, roll the scroll carefully, place it back on the shelf, among dozens of others. Years of records, all in order, all preserved. Lucius is still working on his tablet. I sit quietly, waiting. No hurry. After a few moments, he looks up. Do you want to check the delivery logs from last month? he asks. Yes, I say. He reaches for a scroll on the shelf behind him, hands it to me. I unroll it, begin to review. Last month's deliveries, date by date, quantity by quantity, destination by destination. Some grain went to bakeries, some to military stores, some to private households. Large orders, small orders, all recorded, all tracked. I read through the entries slowly, looking for patterns, for irregularities, finding none. Everything is in order, everything as expected. All looks well, I say after a time. Lucius nods. Good. I roll the scroll, hand it back. He replaces it on the shelf. We sit in comfortable silence. Outside, we can hear the city. Voices, carts, animals. The sounds of Rome going about its business. But inside the warehouse, calm, order, quiet routine. Marcus returns from the courtyard. Cart is ready, he reports. Good, Lucius says. Marcus nods and moves to sit near the entrance. On a bench there, he takes out a piece of bread, begins to eat. The morning continues. Slow, steady. I take out my own bread again. And the cheese. I eat slowly. Small bites. The cheese is sharp, salty, good. Lucius eats as well. We share the quiet meal. No conversation needed. Just the simple act of eating, of resting, of being present in the day. When I finish, I wrap the remaining food, place it back in my bag, drink more water. Lucius stands. I'm going to walk the perimeter, he says. This is part of his routine, checking the outer walls, the doors, making sure everything is secure. I'll come, I say. We leave the office together, walk through the main hall, out through a side door, into the courtyard. The sun is higher now, warm on my face. The courtyard is small, surrounded by walls. A cart sits in one corner, the one Marcus checked. Sturdy, wooden, wheels solid. We walk along the wall, checking the stones, looking for cracks, for damage, finding none. Everything is solid, well maintained. We circle the entire courtyard. Slowly, Lucius runs his hand along the wall as we walk, feeling for problems. There are none. We return inside, close the door behind us, back to the cool interior. The day continues. Quietly, predictably, I return to the office, sit at the desk. I take out another tablet, this one for tracking daily activities. Small notes, reminders. I write, morning count complete, room 1 prepared for delivery, logs reviewed, perimeter checked, simple entries, brief records, but enough. Enough to know what was done, enough to remember. I set the tablet aside, lean back on the stool. The morning is passing into midday. The light from the high windows shifts, changes angle. The warehouse remains quiet, peaceful. This is the rhythm of my days. Counting, recording, organizing, checking, again and again. Season after season, year after year. It's not exciting work, but I don't want excitement. I want this calm, this order, this predictability. I close my eyes for a moment, just resting, not sleeping, just being still. The sounds around me are soft, distant, soothing. After a while, I open my eyes, stand, stretch gently. I decide to walk through the storage rooms again, not to count, just to check, to be present with the inventory. I take the lamp. Though there's more light now, I walk to the first room, open the door, step inside. The wheat sacks are just as I left them. Neat rows. Space made in the back corner. Ready for the delivery. I walk through the room slowly, looking at each stack. Everything is stable. Secure. I run my hand along one of the sacks. The fabric is rough. Familiar. I can feel the grain inside. Firm. Heavy. Waiting. I stand there for a moment. In the quiet. Among the grain. This is my world. These rooms. These sacks. These numbers. It's a small world, but it's enough. I leave the room. Move to the second. The barley room. Again, I walk through slowly. Checking. Observing. All is well. I continue to the third room. The spelt. Then the fourth. The millet. Room by room. I visit each one. Not for any urgent reason. Just because. Because this is what I do. Because I care for these stores. This inventory. This work. When I finish the 8th room, I return to the main hall. Lucius is there, talking to a man I don't recognize. I approach quietly. Wait. Lucius sees me. Nods. This is Gaius, he says. He's inquiring about a possible order. I nod to Gaius. Good day, I say. Good day, he replies. He's a merchant. I can tell by his clothes. His manner. How much barley do you need? Lucius asks him. 20 sacks, Gaius says. Animal grade or higher? Higher. Lucius looks at me. I know the count. We have 68 sacks of higher grade barley in stock, I say. When do you need it? Lucius asks Gaius. Next week. That's possible. I'll prepare the order record. Gaius nods. They discuss price. Delivery details. I listen but don't contribute. This is Lucius's area. Negotiation. Arrangement. After a few minutes, they agree. Gaius will return next week. The order will be ready. He leaves. Lucius turns to me. Note that for the records, he says. I will, I say. I return to the office. Take up the tablet. Write. Order placed. 20 sacks of higher grade barley. Delivery next week. Customer, Gaius. Simple. Clear. I set the tablet down. The work continues. One task after another. Each one small. Each one manageable. This is how the days pass. Not with great events, but with small actions. Repeated. Reliable. If you're enjoying this quiet journey through a Roman day, and you find yourself drifting peacefully towards sleep, you're always welcome to like or subscribe for more calming historical stories like this one. Though there's no need to move or wake, just a gentle invitation, if it feels right. Now, the afternoon is here. The light in the warehouse shifts again. Warmer now. Golden. I sit in the office, reviewing the tablets, making small corrections, adding tiny notes. The work is detailed, precise, but not stressful. I know what to do. I've done it 1,000 times. My hands move automatically. My mind is calm, clear. Outside, I hear the sound of wheels. A cart arriving. Voices calling out. The delivery. I stand. Leave the office. Lucius is already at the entrance. Marcus is opening the doors. A large cart pulled by 2 oxen. A driver sitting at the front. 2 other men standing beside the cart. Afternoon delivery, the driver says. Expected, Lucius replies. He gestures for them to bring the cart into the courtyard. Marcus helps guide the oxen. Slowly, carefully, the cart rolls through the entrance. Into the courtyard. We follow. The cart stops. The driver climbs down. 50 sacks of wheat from the northern estates, he says. Lucius nods. We'll unload them now. The two men with the cart move to the back, begin lifting sacks. Marcus and I help. Lucius supervises, checking the sacks, counting them as they're unloaded. We form a line, passing sacks from the cart, through the door, into storage room 1. The work is physical, but rhythmic. Lift, pass, set down, return, lift, pass, set down, return. One sack at a time. The pile in the cart grows smaller. The pile in the storage room grows larger. We don't rush. No need. The sacks are heavy. We take care. No one is injured. No sack is dropped. Lift, pass, set down. The sun is warm. I feel sweat on my forehead, but it's not unpleasant. Just the heat of work, the effort of the body. Lift, pass, set down. Slowly, the cart empties. After perhaps an hour, the last sack is unloaded. We stand back, breathing a little heavier, but not exhausted. Lucius counts the sacks in the storage room. I watch, checking his count. 50, he says. 50, I confirm. The driver nods. Sign here, he says, holding out a wax tablet. Lucius takes it, reviews the details, nods, signs with the stylus, hands it back. Safe travels, Lucius says. And to you, the driver replies. He climbs back onto the cart. The two men climb up beside him. Marcus guides the oxen back out of the courtyard, through the entrance, into the street. The cart rolls away. We watch it go, then turn back inside, close the doors, latch them. Lucius looks at me. Good work, he says. Good work, I reply. We return to the storage room. The 50 new sacks are stacked in the space we prepared. Neat, organized, fitting perfectly. I take a moment, looking at the room. Everything in order, everything accounted for. I'll need to update the count, add 50 to the total. But not now. Now, we rest. We return to the office. Sit down, drink water, eat a little more. The afternoon is passing, the day moving toward evening. I take up the tablet, update the count for storage room 1. 73 sacks, plus 50, 123 sacks. I write it clearly, then copy it to the papyrus scroll, the official record. When I finish, I set everything down, lean back, close my eyes, just resting. The work is nearly done for the day. Just a few more tasks. Then home. After a while, I open my eyes. Stand. I want to do one more check. A final walk through the storage rooms. Before the day ends, I take the lamp, walk to each room in turn, opening doors, stepping inside, looking, listening. Everything is as it should be. The grain is safe. The rooms are secure. The sacks are stable. I move slowly, room by room. The work is almost meditative. This final check, this closing ritual. When I finish the 8th room, I return to the main hall. Lucius is there, preparing to leave. Everything secure, he asks. Everything secure, I say. He nods. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. He leaves through the main entrance. I hear the door close behind him. Lock. Marcus has already left. Gone home. I'm alone now. The warehouse is mine for these final moments. I return to the office, gather the tablets, organize them on the shelf. Everything in its place, ready for tomorrow. I take a final look around. The lamp still burning, the scrolls on the shelves, the desk clear. All is well. I extinguish the lamp. The office falls into shadow, but the warehouse is still lit by the fading afternoon light. I walk to the entrance. Open the door. Step outside. Close it behind me. Lock it. The key turns smoothly. The building is secure. I turn away. Begin the walk home. The streets are still busy. People moving. Carts rolling. Vendors calling. But I move through it all quietly. My mind is calm. The day's work done. I walk the familiar route. Turn by turn. Street by street. The sun is lower now. The light golden and warm. Shadows stretching. I pass the fountain again. The cat is gone, but the water still trickles. I continue on. Eventually, I reach my building. Climb the stairs. Down the corridor. To my door. I unlock it. Step inside. The small room is as I left it. Tidy. Ordered. I close the door. Set my bag down. Remove my sandals. The floor is cool beneath my feet. I move to the basin. Pour water. Wash my face. My hands. The water is cool. Refreshing. I dry myself with the cloth. Then sit on the edge of the sleeping mat. Just sitting. The room is quiet. Outside, the sounds of the city continue, but muted, distant. I unroll the sleeping mat. Lay out the blanket. The routine is automatic. Familiar. I eat the rest of my bread. The apple. Simple food. Enough. When I'm finished, I lie down. Pull the blanket over me. The wool is soft. Comforting. I lie on my back, looking up at the ceiling. The room is growing darker. The light fading. I think about the day. The counting. The organizing. The delivery. Everything done. Everything in order. Tomorrow will be much the same. And the day after that. And the day after that. This is my life. These are my days. And I'm content with it. I close my eyes. My breathing slows. Deepens. The sounds outside grow softer. More distant. I feel my body relaxing. Sinking into the mat. Into the blanket. My mind grows quiet. The numbers fade. The counts fade. Only rest remains. Only peace. I drift. Gently. Softly. Between waking and sleeping. The day is done. Tomorrow will come. But for now, only this. Only rest. Only the quiet dark. And the slow, steady rhythm of breath. In. Out. In. Out. The city continues around me. But here, in this small room, all is still. All is calm. And sleep comes. Gently. Easily. Like a friend. Like a blessing. Sleep comes. And I let it. I let everything go. The work. The world. The day. I let it all go. And rest. But before sleep fully takes me, let me tell you just a little more. About tomorrow. Because tomorrow will be much the same. I'll wake before the sun. To the cool air. The stone walls. I'll rise. Wash. Dress. Walk through the quiet streets. To the warehouse. I'll unlock the door. Step into the familiar space. Light the lamp. And begin again. Storage room 1. Counting sacks. 1, 2, 3. The rhythm returning. The work continuing. I'll count the wheat. The barley. The spelt. The millet. All 8 rooms. One by one. Recording the numbers. Updating the records. And if there's a delivery, I'll help unload it. Stack the sacks. Make space. Keep everything organized. If someone comes with an order, I'll check the inventory. Confirm we have what they need. Make the arrangement. Small tasks. Simple tasks. But done with care. Done with attention. This is my purpose. This is my work. And at the end of the day, I'll do the final check. Walking through each room. Making sure all is well. Then lock the door. Walk home. Eat. Rest. Sleep. Day after day. Season after season. The grain comes in. The grain goes out. And I keep the count. I keep the records. I maintain the order. It's not a grand life. Not a life of adventure or glory. But it's a good life. A steady life. A life of purpose. And that's enough. More than enough. In winter, the warehouse is cold. I wear my heavier cloak. My breath mists in the air. But the work is the same. Counting. Recording. Organizing. In summer, the warehouse is warm. The grain smells stronger. The air is thick. But the work is the same. Counting. Recording. Organizing. In spring and autumn, the work is the same. Always the same. And I'm grateful for that. For the sameness. For the predictability. For the calm. Some men want change. Want excitement. Want to see new places. Do new things. But not me. I want this. This quiet work. This steady rhythm. This ordered life. I know every room of the warehouse. Every shelf. Every corner. I know the smell of each type of grain. The weight of each type of sack. The feel of the wax tablets under my stylus. I know Lucius. His steady presence. His careful management. I know Marcus. His quiet help. His reliable work. I know the route from my room to the warehouse. Every street. Every turn. Every stone. I know the fountain. The cat. The narrow buildings. I know my small room. The basin. The sleeping mat. The window. I know my life. And my life knows me. We fit together. Like the sacks in the storage rooms. Stacked neatly. In place. Secure. And so, as I lie here in the growing dark, I have no worries. No fears. No regrets. Only contentment. Only peace. Only the quiet knowledge that tomorrow will come. And I'll be ready. I'll wake. I'll work. I'll count. I'll record. I'll organize. And at the end of the day, I'll return here. To this room. To this mat. To this rest. Again and again. As it should be. As it always is. My breathing is slow now. So slow. My body is heavy. So heavy. My mind is quiet. So quiet. The city outside is distant. So distant. The room is dark. So dark. And I'm drifting. Drifting down. Into sleep. Into rest. Into peace. The last thing I think, before sleep takes me completely, is the count. The numbers. Storage room 1, 123 sacks. Storage room 2, 68 sacks. Storage room 3, 51 sacks. The numbers like a lullaby. Soft, rhythmic, soothing, carrying me down, 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 into the warm dark, into sleep. And I go willingly, gratefully, letting everything go. The work, the day, the world, all of it, fading, dissolving, until there's nothing left but rest, nothing but sleep, nothing but peace, nothing, nothing, nothing. In the morning, I'll wake, but now, only sleep, only rest, only this soft, endless dark. And I sink into it, completely, fully, without resistance. The grain is counted. The records are written. The doors are locked. Everything is in order. Everything is safe. Everything is well. And so am I. So am I. I'm safe. I'm well. I'm at rest. In this small room. In this quiet city. In this moment. This perfect, peaceful moment. Where nothing is needed. Nothing is wanted. Only this. Only sleep. Only rest. And I let go. I let go of everything. And sleep. Deep sleep. Dreamless sleep. Restful sleep. Takes me. Holds me. Keeps me. And I'm gone. Gone into the dark. Gone into the peace. Gone. Until morning. But morning is far away. So far away. And for now, for this long, quiet night, there is only rest, only sleep, only peace. The warehouse stands silent in the night, the sacks of grain stacked neatly, waiting, the wax tablets resting on the shelf, the numbers recorded, preserved, the doors locked, the building secure, everything in its place, everything as it should be. And I am also in my place, in this room, on this mat, under this blanket, as I should be, where I belong. My breathing is barely audible now, soft, slow, easy, my body completely still, my mind completely quiet. Nothing moves, nothing stirs, only sleep, only rest, only the deep, endless peace of a day well lived, a day well completed, a life well ordered. And so, I sleep, I rest, I am at peace, complete peace, total peace, and that peace holds me, cradles me, through the night, through the dark, until the sun rises again, and tomorrow begins. But tomorrow is far away, so far away, and I don't think about it. I don't think about anything. I only rest, sleep, be, simply be, in this moment, in this quiet, in this perfect, peaceful, dark. And so the night continues, and I sleep, and the city sleeps, and the grain waits, and the warehouse stands, and all is well, all is well, all is well.